Guys, this is Leonard Don. Today I'm doing my practical. I'm a student from Trifocus Fitness Academy, and this is the workouts we have lined up for today. Firstly, we'll start with introducing the movements, which will be push-ups, burpee, bent over row, medicine ball squat, and kettlebell swing. You'll see all these exercises incorporate our pushing and pulling movements, leg development, as well as core stability. The set and the repetitions will vary between 10 to 15 reps. For example, the sets will all stay the same. There will be times three sets every time. So we will first start off with push-ups. That will be 10 to 15 repetitions. Second exercise will be burpees. Same story there, 10 to 15 repetitions. The bent over rows will be slightly heavier, as that will incorporate 8 to 10 repetitions. Last two sets will be AMRAPs, which will be medicine ball squat, AMRAP of 1 minute. And you have the kettlebell swing, AMRAP of 1 minute again. Right, so after introducing the exercises, we're going to head out and we'll perform them with the client. I'll correct him on his posture as well as his training protocol and the outlay of how he does his exercises. Here we go. Guys, this is Leonard Don. I'm doing my second requirement for my practical. Today we'll be including a warm-up as well as a cool-down, which should be included in every workout. Right, the warm-up will consist of 3 sets of 45 second to 1 minute intervals. The cool down will consist of 30 seconds to 45 seconds intervals. Here we go. Right, the first exercise we'll be doing is high knees. So what we're going to do with this exercise is we're going to get in one plane of motion. Remember, your head will always be in one posture. I'll be doing the exercise, my client will demonstrate afterwards. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our hands there for signal and guidance support. Head in one plane of motion, we're going to move the dominant leg first. Hold up on the tempo as well as the rhythmic hold up. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the dominant leg first. 1, 2, 1, 2. Notice that my chest is pointing outwards, head is in one plane. 1, 2, right. And here comes the rhythmic hold up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right, my client will be demonstrating this exercise. Here we go. Right, hands up for signals. Right, the hands is always there for support. Head in one plane, chest out. Notice that my client's back will be straight throughout the exercise. And 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2. Notice that the rhythmic build-up will be working the quadricep muscles, the bicep femoris, the lower back muscles, the abdominal muscles, the gastrocnemius, as well as the soleus. Right, the next exercise we'll be doing, none and only, will be the jumping jack. So what we're going to do is we're going to work in one plane of motion as well. Right, head in one plane of motion, arms leg to the side. As soon as I finish this exercise, my client will demonstrate and I'll correct his posture and movement. Right, one plane of motion in the head. Remember, the core should always be stiff and in contraction while doing the exercise. Right, so we're going to move up with the hands, down. The legs will follow naturally with the pace of movement. So, 1 and 2. Remember, the rhythmic build-up will come naturally after you pace yourself and vary your tempo. So it'll look something like this. Right. The client will demonstrate the exercise. I'll correct his posture and movement. Right. So what we're going to do is, the chest is always going to be pointed outwards. Arms side to the legs. Lower back muscles always straight with one plane of the spine. Right, and here we go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. And the rhythmic build-up comes 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. So notice that the muscles that will be working this exercise will be the core, as well as the gastrocnemius, the bicep femoris, the lateral ends of the quadriceps, as well as the deltoids and minor pec contraction. Right. The next exercise we'll be doing is the back lunge. Right. I'll perform the exercise and the client will demonstrate afterwards. I'll correct him on his posture as well on his tempo and how the movement is performed out. So what we're going to get is, once again, one plane of motion. Right. The body will form its natural pattern. Hands to the sides, on the hips or whichever you prefer. Right. This is called the back lunge for a reason. During a normal lunge, your dominant leg will move into one plane, you'll get down and move up. But remember, this is the back lunge. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into our steady face, feet shoulder width apart, the leg that you will be dominant will go to the back. So it'll look something like this. I'm dominant on my right side. I'll follow up just like I showed you. So your hands is on the hips. Right. Out. Bend down. Notice that my knee never goes over my toes, because that can lead to severe knee injury as well as muscle imbalances. Right. The client will do the exercise. I'll correct him on his posture. Right. So notice with the lunge, it's very important. Your back should always be straight and in one plane. In one plane, chest is always out. Contract the core muscle. Keep it tight. Right. And we move the dominant leg back. There we go. Perfect. Chest out, back up, and up. There we go. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, that this exercise is crucial for leg development as well as burning fat. Obviously, in a warm-up, that will be the byproduct. So notice that the muscles that will be dominant in this exercise will be the quadricep. Now, there are many parts of the quadricep that will be working at one time, as well as the core, as well as the gastrocnemius in the calf, as well as the soleus and the bicep femoris, and the gluteal muscles will all be in contractions throughout the exercise. Right. The follow-up exercises will be your cool down, which is crucial for any recovery pace, as well as performing the exercises afterwards will help for lactic acid buildup to flow right through the center point of after recovery and training and so on. Remember that this build-up can only happen while doing aerobic based exercises, but can happen in anaerobic as well as the if you haven't done recovery exercises after each workout. So we'll follow up with that shortly. Here we go. To do for this exercise, this is going to require some equipment. What I have here today is the foam roller. Right. Remember that you don't need to have a foam roller, but if you have one, the all the better. I have a cheap one over here that I got by Mr. Price Sport. Notice that it has these funny looking patterns over here. That's just basically to get deep into the fascia as well, which is crucial for recovery as well as performance as well, because I mean performance is key, especially when you're doing athletic type training. So the first exercise will be a lower back roll, which is great for if you're on your legs the whole day, if you're working around, bending, whatever activity you're doing. A foam roll will always come in handy. So the first exercise will be a lower back roll. Remember, the cool down will consist of 30 to 45-second intervals of 3 sets each. So here we go. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to set the foam roller at the back. I'm going to sit on it slightly. My hands keeping in one position, back straight, head in one plane. I'm going to roll off. Notice that the foam roller will be at my lower back, just where I want it to be. I'm going to cross my arms like this, lean back a bit. Remember, you're always going to want to be on your heels while doing this movement. Move up on the foam roller, drag down, and back. Now, remember while doing foam rolling, you're going to have to breathe in and out. Sometimes it might be severe pain. That can be due to the lack of fascia release in your muscles, as well as the muscle. You'll notice your body's quite tense. And the only reason how you can see that is while performing foam rolling is that pain. That pain demonstrates you how stiff your body actually is. In what function your body actually, in what state of function your body is in actually. So my client will demonstrate the exercise and I'll correct him on his posture. So what you want to do is, you're going to get down, you're going to have a seat on the floor. Right. I'm going to place the foam roller on the lower back muscles. Right, so my client is going to cross his arms. Right. His heels is going to stay in one plane. Right. He's going to roll back. And come back. And back. Remember, like I mentioned before, while doing foam rolling, take a deep breath in and exhale. This component can be used in any type of training. Remember, breathing is extremely important. Right. So the muscles that will be basically not in contraction, but will be isolated would be the lower back muscles, because those muscles run all down through to the gluteus maximus, as well as the minimus, and well as the medialis. Runs into the bicep femoris as well, which is also crucial for leg movement, performance, as well as most of the power that sits in the muscle itself is in the bicep femoris while performing any type of leg movement. Right. The second exercise will be the static push-up. Why I'm including this in a cool down is it's great for pushing movement, as well as isolating the pectoral muscle itself. So the functionality of this exercise will basically put a good stretch on the pec itself, but not only the stretch that will be important. Remember that static exercises also can help with strength, so including any static movement in your cool down will, in my opinion, be crucial. So I'll do the exercise and my client will demonstrate it afterwards, and then I will obviously help him perform how to do the exercise. So remember, a static push-up and a normal push-up, there's a big difference. There's much more tension and contraction on the muscle while performing the movement, but sometimes performing the movement in a normal push-up you can lack that contraction in the different type of fibers, which why I mentioned before static exercises helps work greatly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get down as if in a push-up position, right? So my hand is shoulder width apart. Remember, contract the core. It's very important while performing any push-up movement or pushing movement to contract the core. That goes for any exercise. So what you're going to do is arms shoulder width apart, slight bend in the elbows, face up in one plane, my back is straight. Right, I move down. Then I can hold it there. Right, my client will be doing the exercise, I'll correct his posture. Right, so notice that his arms, his elbow width apart, which is crucial for any pushing movement, right? His back is straight, in one plane, the glutes are tight, the abs are tight, and he moves down. Remember, the head is in one plane. And up. Right, so he'll be holding that for 30 to 45 seconds, right? Notice that the most muscles that will be working there in full contraction will be the pectoral muscles, the tricep muscle, the bicep muscles, the lower back muscles, as well as the abdominals. And there we go. So remember, like I mentioned before, the cool down will consist of 3 sets, well, 30 seconds to 45 second interval. Right, the next exercise will be using one of these guys. Resistance band. Once again, you don't have to go out and buy yourself a resistance band. I mean, they're cheap. You can practically use a towel, you can use a plastic bag, whatever you prefer, but I just happen to have one here. So this exercise will be basically focusing more on the calf muscles, which is crucial for athleticism, especially performing plyometric movements. So I'm going to demonstrate the movement. My client will follow up afterwards. I'm going to get down, sitting in one plane. Right, remember this leg, the opposite leg that you're doing will always be straight in one plane. Notice that the back of the knee will be down, centered, level on the floor. We'll take the band, scoop it around the leg, move the leg straight, just like that. Remember, always you'll feel a quite tingling sensation in the muscle itself. That just means the muscle is stiff, like I can feel it right now. So I'm holding the gastrocnemius with this resistance band, which includes more resistance. Right, so I'm holding it in one hand, I'm moving forward. Notice that my back is always straight, my chest is up. Right, my client will be demonstrating the exercise correction on his posture. Right. Remember, for safety, you always want to, well, especially while doing the calf stretch on the resistance band, you always want to scoop the band around first before you strengthen it, because the band can literally eat your face. Right, so notice that my client's chest will be out forward position. in one plane, back straight. And remember, it's crucial, like I mentioned before, to breathe in, inhale and exhale. Get the blood flowing to your lungs, get the blood flowing to the muscle you want to work. So the muscle that will be in tension and contraction in this exercise will be the gastrocnemius, soleus, as well as some parts of the bicep femoris and lower back muscles. Right, the first exercise will be push-ups. Remember, we're doing 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions each. So we will be using our push-up handles to get full contraction and stretch on the pectoral muscle itself. So I'll be getting my push-up handles over here. My client will be doing the exercise after I demonstrate. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get our push-up handles into position. Always remember, while performing push-ups, elbows in. You don't want to go too far apart as it can hurt the deltoid itself. So we're going down, yeah, into position. Remember, your head is always up. There's always a straight plane from your back to the glute itself, and always full contraction in the core and getting that stretch in the pecs itself. So we move down and straight up and up and down and up. Right, my client will be demonstrating the exercise. Right, as he gets down on all four, he keep his back straight, heads apart, elbows in contraction, and here we go. Right, notice that the muscles that will be working is the pectoral major, the deltoids, the tricep brachii, as well as the biceps. Full contraction on the core, abdominals working constantly, as well as the lower back muscles and the main muscle movements being the pectorals. Right, next. The next exercise will be the burpee. My client will be doing the demonstration after I show him how to do the exercise. So what we want to do with the burpees, we're going to get down on all fours, always head in one plane, back straight, legs wide apart, more or less shoulder width. So we get down on all fours, right, head in one plane, move out with the legs, explosiveness in and up for the movement. Right, my client will be demonstrating the exercise, and here we go. Remember, 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. Let's go. Right, plane of movement and up. Notice that his back goes straight in line with the rhomboids itself. The muscles that will be working in this exercise vary. They can come from the hamstring itself, the main muscle movement being the bicep femoris, the quadriceps, as well as tricep, the pectoral major, the deltoid itself, as well as contraction on every abdominal muscle in the core itself. Right. Next exercise will be back dominant. So what this exercise will be is ground and only the bent over row. So how we'll be doing this exercise, we'll be getting into the position, back straight, like this, bend the knees, bring the bar towards the abs and keep a constant contraction on the legs itself. We bring the bar up, inward, and move up. And in, and move up. Right, my client will be demonstrating this exercise. Remember, this will be 3 sets of 10 to 8 to 10 reps. Right. So, the first mistake we see over there, the back is not straight. So we're going to push out the chest, pick the bar up, like that, and bring the bar into the stomach, and relax. You're going to move a bit over. Remember, this is called the bent over row for a reason. You have to get that full contraction in the latissimus dorsi, as well as in the rhomboids, the bicep brachii, as well as the lower back muscles. Remember, there should always be contraction in the core, keep the core stiff, and have a steady pace on how you perform the movement. Right, next. Exercise we'll be doing is the medicine ball squat. I'll be performing the exercise, doing the demonstration, my client will follow. Remember, this is 3 sets of 1 minute AMRAP each. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get our medicine ball, lift it up, bring it straight to the pectoral muscles, elbows in one plane, back always straight. Remember to never go over with your knees over your toes. Right, so we go down in the movement, in the downward face, back is straight, chest is out, and up, and down, and up. Right, my client will be performing this exercise, and I'll correct his posture and movement. Right, so first things first, bring the ball up to the chest, straight over there, elbow tucked in, back straight, and we move down. And up, there we go. Remember, the back is always straight, the knees never go over the toes. Right, so the muscles that will be working with this exercise is the hamstrings, aka the bicep femoris, the quadriceps, the soleus, the gastrocnemius, as well as the lower back muscles, and the core muscles are always in contraction. Right. Next exercise will be the kettlebell swing. Remember, this exercise can be used in any training protocol program, and also it's magnificent for a full body workout. So what you'll need is your kettlebell. After that, we're going to get into the position. Right. Remember, same thing as the medicine ball squat. We're going to do 1 minute AMRAP of 3 sets each. So we're taking the kettlebell, getting into the position. Remember, with this exercise, you want to use a little bit of momentum to obviously get the weight moving forward, so it doesn't put a lot of strain on the shoulder as well in the upward face. Right. So do a slight bend in the knee. Start swinging the kettlebell straight and back. Straight and back. Remember, your back is always straight in this movement. There's a lot of contraction on the hamstring itself, so be careful while performing this exercise. Right, so pick up the kettlebell, back straight, right, knees in a slight bend, and we start swinging the kettlebell forward and back, forward and back. Remember that this exercise, your back should always be straight. The muscles that will be working in this exercise is the pectoralis major, the deltoids, the rear deltoids, the lower back muscles, the rhomboids, the quadriceps, the hamstrings, the gastrocnemius, and the soleus. One of the most crucial exercises and power building exercise you can find is the kettlebell squat. In conclusion, from this workout, what we gained today is we did the push-up, the burpee, which was 3 sets each, 10 to 15 reps, followed by a bent over row with a slightly larger weight of 8 to 10 reps, 3 sets again. The last two will be AMRAPs, 3 sets, 1 minute AMRAP each exercise. So that will be the push-ups, the burpees, the bent over rows, kettlebell swing, as well as the medicine ball squat. All these exercises incorporated into one program will make a great and effective workout like I just demonstrated. Remember that if you do not warm up and cool down properly, your muscles might get stiff and cause injury. So always remember to warm up, cool down efficiently, hydrate, and just train to keep those goals up and make gains. Thank you.